Hi, so glad you could join me for this episode of Media Champions. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta, and we have Ian Bullis on the program today. Ian, it's so nice to finally have you on Media Champions.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for letting us pick your brain. You and I were talking before we came on the air here about just the craziness of how media and marketing is changing so fast, and there are so many options. And a lot of people everybody's different, right? And it's not going to work for everybody the same way. Kind of like surgery. Everybody's body's different. You go have surgery. I guess you're kind of a surgeon in the marketing world, but you often hear people say, "Oh, it's a routine surgery." Maybe, but there's no such thing as routine marketing. Am I right? Everybody's different, and it is case by case.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really hard to get that into our heads sometimes because the pressure from whoever's trying to sell us fill in the blank marketing service, they like to give lip service to the fact that everybody's unique. But my experience has been they often do try to shove you into a pigeonhole. And so it's really, really good to be thinking about that on the front end of going, hey, I'm going to take the information somebody's given me, but I'm really not going to pull the trigger until I have a solid plan and I know that this is actually what I want to do because I suspect it's going to work well for me.
Well, let's tee up that having a solid plan thing, because you really do need to have a plan, and it's got to be more than just I need to tell my story, so I'm going to spend this amount of money. The options are endless, of course, but when you are encountering a potential client, how do you walk them through this process of getting through the chaos, if you will, of media and marketing and telling their story?
I like to, first of all, just given their industry, I tend to have some idea of what kind of things are going to be good for them. But I like to talk to them for a while, and I like to just kind of understand, okay, who are you trying to reach? Why are you trying to reach them? What do you want to do for them? And how are they most often going to find you? And what I like to do is sit down and work out a little bit of a plan based upon something I made years ago just for myself, but I started sharing it with others. And it was what I call the four pillars of marketing. You're going to
Love
need
it.
to have branding in your plan. People need to know who you are. We see the apple with the bite out of it. We know exactly who that is, right?
Yep,
Um, People need to
absolutely.
know who you are and what you're about. You need to have networking in place. You need to have relationships that are constantly building your business one way or the other, either sending you leads or connecting you with the right people all the time. It's really important. Relationships are huge. Direct sales is number three. Sometimes you just have to go after the people that you want to be talking to. And searchability, meaning people need to be able to find you. If they're looking for what you have to offer, how are they going to find you? And so there's going to be a different mixture of those four things. Some businesses are going to emphasize on branding, where others are going to have a better, they'll have a good brand, but most of their efforts are going to be into the searchability. So it's really about case by case going through and figuring out which of those things is going to have the emphasis, and then taking the huge variety of things that we could be using and start applying them to that plan.
I know that you've been doing this for a while, Ian. Does it surprise you when people learn all the different ways that they can market their story? I mean, it's so much more today than just buying a billboard or buying some TV airtime.
Yeah, I all I can say is the best thing you can do is to really hire a true marketing professional who's not selling you services, but giving you their advice, because they're going to be able to do the work to find out what works. They're going to know what companies are reputable and what tactics yield results. Um, Depending on the guy selling you the radio ads as your marketing expert is not a good idea.
I completely agree with you. Ian, we are out of time, but I appreciate you taking the time
Oh,
to be with us, sharing your subject matter expertise, and I hope we see you again on Media Champions.
wonderful.
If you would like to make the connect to Ian, it's so easy to do. Come by and visit us at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Teresa in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.